mount from side control. So let's just say if a cross face underhook here, it's harder to get the mount than you think, because if I try to just step over, Kirby's got knees, and sometimes people raise this knees and shrimp up, and I don't want to like step over and get tangled in the half guard, because then as a battle I don't want to get into. So I think the best type of control from side control to get from there is I release the cross face and I'm going to bring it to the far side, and my left hand is going to grip under the armpit, and my right hand is going to come to the far hip, and I'll switch from being on my knees to like twister side control variation. So I've got my knee blocking off his hip. Okay. From that position, my right hand is going to pull his knees down. Okay. But if I just step over to the mount like this, as I put my knees on the mat, and Crippy knows jiu-jitsu, he's already doing a heavy knee. See that? And now I'm into the half guard. You don't want that. So we're going to look at two lock-in positions. We're going to look at the grapevine, and we're going to look at crossing my ankles like a close guard type. This allows me to mount the person, and if it's competition, I need to stay there for a certain amount of time to get my 4 points, and then I can think about getting to the mount and my submissions and stuff. So again, from the cross face underhook with both knees on the mat, I'll take out my cross face, I'll put it in his ear. My left hand comes under the armpit, and my right hand switches to the far side hip. And then I'll switch my knees, so my left knee is coming to block off the hip. My right hand's coming across, and I'll pull his knees towards me. We'll look at a couple of variations of this. My right comes over, and immediately I'm hooking it. So I hook it underneath, and then I turn to face him like this, from like skydiving. Alright? So I have my grapevines in, I'm just curling my heels towards my butt and pointing my toes straight up in the air. That's my grapevine there. Again, my hands are just skimming the mat. Okay, that's all I'm doing there. In case he bridges. Okay, because if he bridges, I just post. But I don't want them on the mat, I want all my weight on his. And the thing about the lockdown position is my hips are driving into his hips. Okay. Now a lot of people, you see this at white belts, what they do is they grapevine in and then they hook their insteps over their shins and they start to do this, which is uncomfortable, and sometimes they'll even tap people out from that. But just switch positions for it. So if Crippy's got his grapevines in and he's doing that stupid stretch out, look, I just have to kick my legs diagonally, bosh, and I've removed them. So it's not really, again, hook them in. So if he's grapevine his feet under and then his insteps is hooked over my shins and is slightly uncomfortable, and if he skydives, you know, feels really uncomfortable, just kick my legs out this way. Now I've got them where I want it, and I escape. These positions, bro. So a better way is I just curl my feet under, point my toes up and bring my heels towards my butt. So, first method, switch my base, the twister side control, right hand controls, pulls this way. As I step over, that hook's already going in. I open my hands, left hook comes in, so I want my hips driving into his hips. I curl my toes up, okay. My heels are towards my butt, see then my knees are coming off the mat and my hands are skimming the mat, okay. All my pressure's on the hips, so if Crippy tries to move from there and push me off, I'm just holding this position. Now obviously I can't submit it from here, but I want to control it, because 9 times out of 10 when you lose the mount position, it's the first few seconds after you've mounted. So that's one option. Second option, same setup. So I move from my cross face underhook, switching to a twister side control, pull the knee down. As I step over, I do the same thing, only this time I'm going to cross my ankles like a closed guard, and I'm going to skim again. Now, the detail is I'm curling my heels towards my butt as before, and I'm connecting my hips to his, which is very uncomfortable. And you'll feel this. You can't see it visually, but when you get this done on you, you're not going to like it. Okay, now sometimes what happens is, if my feet aren't curled, maybe it could be a flexibility thing and they're quite low to the mat, Crippy uses his foot and starts kicking off. The second he kicks my feet apart, I recross them the other way. Okay? So whatever one he kicks, kick again there, bro. If he kicks the top one off, which is the one he top off, I just recross. Only the other way, okay? But I'd much rather, if I have a little bit of flexibility, I'll curl my heel towards my ass. Kick off now. And even if he does, I can go back to the grapevines. And then I'll recross again. So I can combine the two. Is that okay with you, bro? Pressure? Okay. So from there, let's try one more time. Another thing you can do is, from here, when I go to mount, some people do this. Alright? I'll get you can put 2 holes and stuff in there, but we're not going to worry too much about that. So he makes this frame, just try and stop me mounting. So if that's the case, I still keep my control. My right hand's just going to grab my toe, and I bring it through the space. Okay? And then I'll hook it in, just as before. I prefer this method. Just like a closed guard type method. I'm skimming the ground. He tries to kick it off. He does kick it off. Today, I'm here. I can switch back to the grapevine and then recross again. I'm not going to stay here forever, but I want to control him from here. Like I said, you come up against strong people, they're going to go buck mad to try and get out of the mount, so I want to take a bit of the sting out of it, and then eventually I'll put my knees on the mat, and then we can look to submit. So one more time from there. Side control. Take my cross face out, bring it to the far side. Right hand comes to the hip. Replace that with my knees. See, I've replaced it with my knees, so now this hand's free. What I don't want to do is switch to here. Alright? And if I don't replace that with my knee and I start to mount, Kirby's already shrumping this way and put me back in the guard. Okay? So if I put an obstacle in front of his hip, I'm going to replace that with another part of my body. So I'm here. Okay? I turn my hip. Okay? If his knee's up, easiest way is just grab your toe, pull it through the space, hook it in, and again, I close my guard, I can be here, so I can be grapevining, curling my heels to my butt, toes pointing up, or I'm getting my knees off the mat, or I can do that close guard method. So, let's drill that for 5 guys, yeah?